Before we get into the non-roster invitees to spring training, I just want to point out that anyone on the Twins 40-man roster, like Ian Gibaut here, like Kyle Garlick, who they recently claimed, they will be at spring training on the roster. The non-roster invitees is everybody else. So anybody on the 40-man roster set includes your Balazovic, your Duran, Ober, Rortvit, Nick Gordon, Gilberto Celestino, Alex Kirilloff, Travis Blankenhorn. Here we see him, Brent Rooker. All those guys will be at spring training. So these are the non-roster invites that were announced today. Andrew Albers, a former Twin, is in that bunch. Another former Twin, Danny Coulombe, in that bunch. A lot of potential bullpen arms who have major league experience are on this non-roster invitee list. That's always kind of the biggest potential for a guy to play his way in spring training onto the active roster to open the season is bullpen spots. So any number of these guys may crack the roster. You know, there's a lot of openings in the bullpen, and if not, a lot of these guys with major league experience, if they stick around within the org after they break camp, you're probably going to see a lot of these guys become the first roster of St. Paul Saints affiliated with the Minnesota Twins roster. So, and here's Tomas TELIS. You always need lots of catchers. This guy's a catcher, been in the system a couple years. So again, a lot of these names, you know, maybe they don't have a great shot to make the Twins, but they're going to be helping out in spring, and then you're going to see them more than likely playing with the Saints if they hang around. So always good to have guys with major league experience. Some of these guys are bring it defensively. KEON Broxton is the one guy. Very interesting, a former 2020 guy with the Brewers, 20 homers, 20 steals. He's an outfielder. Here we're seeing Rob Refsnyder. So some kind of familiar names in that bunch and former major leaguers, but there's also a lot of other Twins prospects that were invited. Charlie Barnes, Griffin Jacks, David Benuelos, Caleb Hamilton, Royce Lewis, and Trevor Larnach, and then a bunch of depth pieces as well who are going to be around helping out, just fill out the roster. If you want to know more about any of those guys mentioned or any of those depth pieces, who Matt Cantorino is probably the biggest name of those, Sestos wrote about all of them at Twins Daily, so go check that out. Thanks for checking this out. We'll talk again soon.